Hello Reformers and welcome back to Warsword Conquest, and we have here, once again, a siege against the vampires, and we are going to be leading our soldiers in an assault. Now I've done a little bit of reorganizing of my army tags, and hopefully I'm not going to get mixed up as a result, because I've done a little bit more than just the standard renaming of tags. I've, well, shuffled things up quite a bit. I'll show you after this siege, and hopefully we'll do okay here. Now, let's put our cavalry and infantry at the front over there. Let's get our warlock Jezzails over here, and our globes in the center, because obviously we want those poisoned wind globadiers to be as close to the enemy as possible. And yes, then the ensuing slaughter will happen, and we'll have a much greater chance of actually winning this in the long run. So hopefully we'll be able to do that. Hopefully I'll be able to get a couple of kills in the meantime as well. And in my off-screen time, I believe I have leveled up. I think I heard the sound for leveling up, at least for Slive, and I'm going to be pretty happy with that if he did. If he didn't, then that just means I need to get a couple more kills. So let's see what I can do here. Let's move these guys a little bit closer. I don't have any more globadiers, unfortunately, and many people are currently members of the Warlock Jezzail group, so I might need to split those as well into, let's say, gunners and Warlock engineers, because I think I might have gone a little bit overboard with how many units are actually in there, because I did return to our garrison to get a couple more, you know, skirmishers, ranged units, and you know, all that stuff. And that might have been a bit of a mistake, but anyway, I am taking quite a bit of damage here. What am I actually being shot by? Because I think the only ranged unit that I can see right here is that one over there. But there might be some... Oh, look! There's loads of them over there. Oh, I had no idea that they had so many over there. Okay, I'm going to need to do something here. There we go. There's a little bit of extra damage. How many have we killed so far? 103. That's actually pretty good. That's pretty good. I believe they I think they have only 250 remaining. We only have 7 infantry. It's really not a good idea to charge, but I'm going to charge nevertheless, because these guys are just getting picked apart by the skeletal sharpshooters, because they don't have any shields. Bjork doesn't have a shield. These plague priests and monks do not have shields, and in general it's just a better idea, in my opinion, just to charge in, and we'll see what we can do about just thinning out the opponent just a little bit more, just a little bit, not too much, but you know, as much as we can. And if I can do that, then obviously that's going to make every single one of these units come a little bit closer to the edge, and that's going to make things much easier for our engineers and everything to shoot at them. And I was actually hoping that I might be able to get past. I'm going to get killed here. I'm pretty sure I'm going to get killed here, so don't be too surprised about that. But yeah, once I do die, I will just retreat immediately, because I think we've eliminated quite enough. Yes, there we go. And our engineers are actually still eliminating people, so I might just want to stand here and just wait until our engineers are starting to take too many casualties perhaps, and then we'll see where that goes from there. But yes, otherwise, what has been happening, well, not too much, just a lot of factions attacking us, wanting to raid our villages, and in general just being overall nuisances to our existence, and that's obviously not very good. Anyway, I'm going to actually retreat now, because our Eshin assassins are at the front there, and I don't really want to lose too many of those, so I'm going to retreat here. And we gain 26 morale, very nice indeed. I need the morale. I've actually been just running around, not really doing that much in terms of fighting. I did do a battle, well, a couple of moments ago actually, that was against an orc, a high elf, and I believe a... what was it now? I can't remember the third vassal, but it was from a different faction from the previous two, so it was basically like a 3 versus 1 basically, and it was kind of interesting, but not particularly exciting really, you know, standard kind of thing where they were trying to raid a village, and I was thankfully able to defend against them. Anyway, let's see what we can do here. Oh, look at that. Oh yeah, we're going to get another 46 poisoned wind globadiers. Oh, that's what I like to see. Then we can get a couple more of these Warlock engineers as well. Let's put the poisoned wind globadiers at the front. That might make sense, because that means that they are going to have an even better shot at eliminating many of the enemy units when they're clumped up at the beginning of the siege. And we did level up, as you can see here, so I'm going to spec into strength once again. As I said in the previous episode, I feel like spending points into strength is probably going to be the thing I'll do now, because personally, I don't think we need agility, and I don't think we need charisma, so I think we're just going to continue with that. And trainer skill, I guess I'll just go for another point in trainer skill. Eventually, I'd like to have 10 in tactics and 10 in trainer, but obviously that's going to be quite a while away, you know, because it's going to take some time. Anyway, how many do they have left? That's pretty good. They only have 110. That is pretty good. Oh yeah, by the way, this town was taken back by the Kislev once again. I'm actually really surprised about this. I didn't think the Kislev were going to continue besieging us so incredibly heavily, but it seems like they did. Oh yeah, by the way, I took back this, and I actually did take this back as well, but they took it back again, so they're kind of aggressive about that. And I took back this, easy enough, only had about 80 units in there, and then otherwise, I think that was it. Oh yeah, this also got taken by the Wood Elves. And I took that back. There was only about 40 in there, so it was very easy. And yeah, that's it. So yeah, that's our current territory right now. I am trying to... A couple of you said in the comments that it would be a good idea to eliminate the vampires, and I concur about that. I think that's probably going to be my first course of action. That's the reason why I'm actually in this town to begin with anyway. So let's get our ladders. Unfortunately, we have nothing to eat at the moment. I did actually buy additional food before starting the episode, but apparently we've already eaten through all of it. So I will need to go into the marketplace in this particular town to, you know, resupply and get some much needed food for my wonderful, wonderful rats. And yeah, let's see what we can do here. I'm going to get my shield up and just put everyone over there. Let's get our globes and put them here. And our Jezzails around here, something like that. There we go. Let's do this. Move them a little bit closer, and our Poisoned Wind Globadiers are absolutely going to murder everything. Or at least I hope that is indeed the case. Yep, there we go, there we go. Actually starting to do some nice damage. And it seems like now that I've done the Poisoned Wind Globadiers entering first, we have a much easier time of managing our engineers and our other more conventional ranged units, whereas these guys, they basically can just, you know, shoot their globes, throw their globes more accurately, and it's just going to be generally much easier time had by all. And you can already see here that we've already eliminated 50 units, and that is pretty fantastic in my opinion. So let's see, maybe you know, maybe we should just charge in. Actually, we have quite a few infantry in our current composition, and I think we might have a good shot at survival, although me getting shot for 26 damage has corrected my thoughts on that. Yes, very much so. Okay, so anyone shooting me up there? No, it seems like no one's shooting me, but it seems like what I can do is actually just tell everyone to charge in. Seems like there's only another 30 enemies remaining. Oh, these ghosts. These ghosts and wraiths and things like that, they're extremely difficult to see for me for some reason. I mean, obviously, they're ghosts. Obviously, they're going to be difficult to see, but the point is that when I'm running around and all I see is like a very thin white outline, I'm just like, whoa, okay. Kind of sneaky, you know, kind of sneaky. And they're certainly not Casper, are they? They're certainly not Casper, the friendly ghost. Certainly not. They want to absolutely murder us and eat our souls or whatever they do. Anyway, there we go. That's it. Easy enough to take that town after many, many sieges. Yes, 2 renown, 20 morale, not too bad, and... This is where we have a bit of a problem, because I actually don't have that much space, so I will need to be a bit... well, shall we say, selective. I don't really want to take lizard men if at all possible. I'll take the Red Devil. You know what? Maybe I should just take as high tier units as I can get my hands on. Alright, so you can kind of see what I've taken here. I've taken a couple of goblins, a couple of lizard men, the Amazon mistresses, and I think I'm probably just going to be taking some more of these scalp takers, and that's basically it. I feel like scalp takers are actually pretty good for what they are. I mean, I think they die pretty quickly, but they do seem to do quite a bit of damage, at least to me, in the past. And so there you go. We're not actually going to take any loot either. And we're going to be giving this to Lord Aketi once again. Hopefully he will be able to hang on to this one. Yes, hint, hint, Aketi. He's obviously, you know, not particularly good at keeping hold of things, but obviously he continually gets himself taken prisoner, which is really not very good. Anyway, I'm going to take as much food as I can get my hands on here. Well, not that much, because I want to make sure that I have a little bit of space. And we're going to go into the tavern here, because you never know whether there would be someone that is kind of useful. And that does not appear to be the case. So it seems like we'll just have to head onward. Thankfully, we do have a wine press here, so that wine press will now start to be active again, and it will now start to give us much needed cash, because I'm actually losing, or at least last week's wages, I was losing about 10,000. So you can kind of tell what's happening there. Most of our caravans, most of our villages and villagers are being killed along the way of their trade routes, and that is not very good at all. So we have 32% HP right now. I can assume that everyone is going to be heading here to try and take this back. I would assume that to be the case at the very least. It seems like these vampires right here might be trying to do something. The Empire vassal nearby to us might be trying to do something as well. It doesn't seem like it though. Doesn't seem like it. Yeah, they're just trying to basically... This is their, shall we say, this is their version of the war of attrition style tactic, because they're basically just killing all our villagers, killing every single thing that they can get their hands on that is having our name on it, you know, having Clan Cheese's name. Nope, they're just going to take all those guys out. That's basically what they're trying to do. So let me see. Do you think I'd be able to take this town as well? That's never going to happen in my opinion. I don't think I'm going to be able to do that, but let's have a look. You never know. Maybe we'll be able to. 451. Yes. Well, we do know that both of these castles are siege towers, which is very difficult indeed to get built before the, you know, inevitable huge wave of vampires turn up and, where else could we go? I mean, that's the thing. I don't really want to deal with the vampires right now. I mean, technically, what I could do is try to eliminate a couple of them. You know what? Let's see what that last castle is. I think it might be a ladder. Might be a ladder one. So let's see. Oh, hello. I am kind of surprised that there's actually a vassal here. Interesting. Okay, I'm going to try and help my villagers. This is kind of hilarious. This guy only has 31, and I suppose we'll see what he's made of, but if anything, by his cowardly acts, you know, if that's anything to go by, then I think we're going to be not very surprised. Well, I gotta say that this new setup, and indeed this new tactic that I am utilizing here, is a very good suggestion by some people in the comments. It was extremely good to suggest that, because obviously if you have all of these ranged units under one tag, they are just going to spread out throughout the entire battlefield, and that was causing us some problems, obviously. But now, as you can clearly see, this is much easier. This is so much easier, much more effective and efficient as well in terms of kills and being able to see, you know, line of sight kind of thing as well. Every single one of our ranged units has some way to deal damage to the opponent, and that is extremely important, especially with a ranged army. And having these poisoned wind globadiers be in the prime position of, you know, between our units, basically having our longer range units at the very back, they're the ones that can just, you know, can just shoot over everyone. And then we have the poison wind globadiers just behind our infantry / cavalry line, and have those guys deal with crowd control, basically. Dealing with those, dealing with that is just so easy for them. So yeah, that's really good. Anyway, these guys, he managed to escape. That's kind of unfortunate. Oh well, never mind. I guess it's not really a big deal, is it? Probably not. Anyway, let's have a look and see. I think it's this one that is a ladder castle. I hope it is. There's a whole bunch of... Wow. That is kind of insane. Now, let me tell you, if I was actually to go over there and engage all those guys... Oh, hello. I have 1 hour left. Do you think I can make it? I did not make it. I did not make it. Alright. This is going to be a bit problematic. Interesting. Okay. Kind of surprised. Kind of surprised at this. This is a pretty hilarious number for them to for them to field on the battlefield here. It is just wow. What a coincidence. What a coincidence. Okay, 403 against 666. That is kind of amazing. Okay, well, let's have a look at what we're able to do here. This is actually a really awful battlefield for us, because we don't really have any way of setting up, so to speak. There's not really any hills here. I mean, there is a bit of a dip down below, so I guess this is going to be a good a place as any. So I guess I'm going to put my infantry around here and our Jezzails about where I'm standing, and then we'll put our Globadiers in between each other. So that's hopefully going to be the setup that we'll use to defeat many of our opponents here. You know what, I don't know. I don't know whether this is going to work. I don't think so, actually. This does not look right to me. This does not look right at all. We're going to have to do something a bit different. Okay, we're going to have to move these infantry down a little bit more, and the Globadiers will also have to move it down a bit more, because otherwise they are blocking the line of sight of our Warplock engineers a little bit too much. That's exactly the reason why I was complaining about the lack of a good, well, hill, basically. Because if we don't have that good hill, then it's going to make things even worse. Well, they are firing away, but they are not really getting that much accomplished, which is kind of bad. So, you know what? I'm going to actually maneuver our people a little bit differently as well this time around. We're doing much more micromanaging nowadays because it's just necessary. Against such a large opponent, it is just very much necessary to do that. If you don't do that, then, you know, that's obviously up to you, but personally, I feel like it is making our army much more effective to do this, instead of just leaving them in the same position over and over. Now, I technically would have re-equipped magic here, but I was unaware that there was a vassal so close by to getting us into this fight, and otherwise I would have magic and it would be a lot easier for me to actually do something here, but yes, unfortunately we're going to have to deal with it. Oh, we're actually getting a couple of kills from Katya there. That's pretty nice. And maybe I can... I'm actually kind of surprised that they're not charging us. I don't know why they wouldn't. I mean, this seems like a prime opportunity to charge us, but I think they are probably worried about the huge amounts of Globadiers. Ah, are they actually charging us now? They might? I'm very surprised, to be honest. Maybe they're just waiting until our Warplock engineers run out of ammunition, because obviously it's going to happen probably sooner rather than later, and, well, kind of surprised, really, that they're not charging us already. Okay, I guess we'll just put our Globadiers a little bit forward, because it seems like these guys are changing their position weirdly. I wish they would not do that. Oh, there we go. We're starting to get a couple more kills now that the Globadiers are not standing right in their faces. And there we go. There's a kill for Slive. This is still extremely weird to me. I guess it's because of the whole number thing. Really. Okay, let's have a look. They're literally squashing themselves up against the edge of the battlefield. They really don't want to fight this, do they? This is kind of amazing though, because they are the people that actually engaged us, so I don't exactly know what to do here. We can either move very, very slowly towards them and just see what happens, or we can, I guess, just move our Globadiers close and just have at them, I suppose. That seems like the best way to deal with it for the moment. I'm getting shot a little bit here, but my poison wind globadiers are now getting into position, and the death is going to arrive very, very quickly for many of our opponents here. And I don't exactly know what's going to happen when... Are they going to charge soon? Are you not going to charge? I'm actually really surprised. So what's going to happen when the new enemies arrive? Because nothing seems to really be happening with these guys. This is actually the first time I've ever seen the AI do something so weird. And it is extremely weird, because usually, you know, they may dance around a little bit and not really be that aggressive when it comes to what they're wanting to do in a particular fight. But they will eventually charge in, and they will eventually, you know, react to what you're doing. But it seems like this time around they really did not want to do that. Kind of weird. Okay, so it seems like they are actually doing something now, which is very bad for us. Can you just kill me, actually, already? Because I wouldn't mind retreating right now, because we've already eliminated quite a few enemy units. Hello, Black Knight. Aha, you have been eliminated. There we go. Okay, so that is good. We gained some morale from that. We did lose a few Poisoned Wind Globadiers, but you've seen how many we have in reserve. We're getting so many leveled up so quickly, so it's really not a big problem. And we took out 90. Now, we can leave, which I think it is what I'm going to do, because I'd like to... Ah, okay, so that's the fellow that actually got us into this battle. He only has 7 units, so that's obviously the reason for that. I was able to escape very quickly there, thanks to my insane pathfinding skill, and also the fact that he probably does not want to fight us. As you can see, he's running away from us right there. But I don't think they're that difficult to take out, but obviously they were not playing normally, really, so I suppose we're going to have to find out how we do against the vampires in the next episode. I thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.